What up? Once again, DJ Massive in the building. Welcome to the first episode live from 65, the podcast. Today,
Yo,
in the building, the homie, Khanetiquette. You know what I'm
peace,
saying?
peace.
Sitting next to him, my co-host, the one and only.
F-A-M-E. You know
That's
what it
right.
is, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is. So shout out to the homie Khanetiquette coming in. Thank you very much for being part of what I'm trying to do right now, my man. So introduce yourself.
Peace. Um, my name is Khanetiquette. I'm an MC. I'm from New London County, and I'm just here to represent the Us Never Them Empire. And we over here building with our brothers, Massive Entertainment. Got DJ Massive over there. Thank you for having me on
Who
the
you with?
pod. And you're my boy F-A-M-E.
You know what it
You know
is,
what I mean?
man.
Thank you for having me on your album too, and thank you for having me on the podcast. Y'all my guys, and I'm always gonna show up and support y'all.
That's what's up. Yeah,
Bless
speaking
it,
of that,
bless
speaking of the album, shout out to, like I said, once again, got my man Khanetiquette in the building and my co-host right here, FAME. He
You
do
know
have
it,
an
you
album
know
right
it.
now called Applying Pressure, and you are on that album, right? That one's called Timeless. Tell me about it. How did y'all connect? How did y'all meet?
So I can't really say that I remember a distinct time that I met. I'd say that we've run into each other like for the past few years. We just ran into each other. We heard of each other. I've been rocking with his music. Really, out of anybody on the team, I met Mac Menace, Mickey, and I met Massive first. Out of everybody, I think, if I remember correctly, because I remember he DJing events out here, and I'm always showing up. I used to pop out
True
with.
facts.
I'm popping out everywhere with my man Mel. I'm popping out with Cruzy and everybody.
Right,
I
right.
definitely met you through Cruz, though. I know that for a fact, though.
Right. We definitely met through Cruise, and there's been like different occasions where we've been in like different studios together too. Like that one time we connected when Cruz had to go do a feature out there. What was it, in New Haven or Hartford or something like that?
Yeah.
And we were at the studio all night. We was just politicking back and forth.
Was it Waterbury?
Maybe it was
It was out
Waterbury.
that way where we went to the studio out in the back.
Yep,
And
and
then
it had the
we was up at the
clouds and
bar on top.
everything. Yep.
And they had the VIP.
Yep.
That was Waterbury.
Yep.
It was somewhere in that area.
But that was the
Might have
first
been
time.
Bridgeport. Might have been Bridgeport.
Maybe Bridgeport.
It was somewhere out that way.
I remember it was like that basement studio we went to, and then they made
Yeah.
that meme of me on the couch drunk.
Right. But that was the first time we really like connected, and we knew we wanted to make a track instantly. And I knew I had something like for him. You know what I'm saying? Over time, you know how people politic. They're like, "Oh, I got this track for you. I got this track for you." He was like, "Yo, you was serious. You sent that over." I was just like, right away. You know what I'm saying? We didn't waste no
I say
time.
that if it's one thing for sure, you do represent. You do show out. You do show support, yo. And when you say you ready to do something, you do be in the studio. You do be honing your craft. So shout out to you, man.
Shout out
That's
to
what's up,
Khan,
yo.
man, for that. For real,
Peace,
for real.
peace,
So
peace.
speak
I
of
appreciate
UNT.
you.
Tell us about UNT.
So UNT, I just want to make this one thing clear. We are not a label. We are a production company. We're more of a general infrastructure. We want to make all types of things: food, clothing, shelter, music.
Bunch
You
of
know,
entrepreneurs over there.
Yeah, we're just
Shout out
we're,
to
we're,
Mel.
we're, we're
Shout out to Mel.
entrepreneurs, and our foundation is the music. And Mel and P Nice, they founded the studio and they put that together. They invited me to join their efforts. I've known them for quite a while. I've known P for quite a while because my family know his family, and we both from Norwich, so that's really the connection with that. And then I know him just from like
All right, who's
like
P exactly?
P Nice,
Oh,
P
P
Nice,
Nice.
the boy cracked. He did some of the production on Under Construction. He has a few features on there for them hooks,
Which is
He's
out
part
right
of the
now.
crew, right?
Yeah, he is.
Nice,
He is.
right.
He's the main producer, and he's the owner of the studio.
All right.
Under construction, out on all platforms right now.
Yes, sir. Yes,
just
sir.
so
Wait,
you know.
speaking of that, what is that? That's the mixtape. That's out on all platforms right now.
That's the album. That's the
That's
first
the
album.
Out on all, when did that come out?
That's out. That came out that came out in July. Now with that one, I originally put it out December of 2022, and then I had a problem with just like the distribution getting it out.
Yeah, everything gotta be on point. The song, you better have rights for
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, and, when I was putting it out, like the distro kid had, something that had gotten messed up. I don't
Mhm.
really remember completely, but after that, I took some time. I remastered it. I did a couple new songs. I edited the cover art a little bit. I put new skits on it. Completely revamped it. I say the version. There's both versions is out, right? So the original version is on Bandcamp. So if you go and find it on Bandcamp, you'll find that original version, and that's more of like a mixtape version. It's more sampley. It's more just different songs. Some of the verses is a little bit different. It has like
Right.
two different songs on it as far as like what was released. Like there's and then the one that's on all platforms. That one is the one that I'm promoting though.
Well, I got a couple of joints in here. I got Where I Are,
Indeed.
Stage Me. What is this? What is it? And then I got See Through Stage, and then I think I only got two on here. I think two of them are the same, right? I think from the show. How many songs you did at the show? You did three at the show, right?
I did
At the
two of
album
them
release?
at the show. I did favorite song and I did Where I Are, and then for,
All right, yeah. So I got
for,
those
for
two.
one of them I started just freestyling
Yeah.
randomly.
Right.
think so.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
dope,
So that
by
was
the
dope.
way.
Yeah, we
Dope.
appreciate you coming to and actually doing this set and actually being part of the album. That's what's up.
So
yo.
let me
So-
get a
right.
question in,
All right,
man.
all right,
You know
all
what I
right.
mean?
There we go. Here we go.
Since I'm here, FAME, by the way, applying pressure out. What I want to know is, bro, like how did you end up coming up with your name? You know what I mean? And how, or like, what does the name mean to you as a whole? You know what I mean?
So one day I was just in the studio, and before so I'm a 5%er, right? My righteous name, my righteous name is Official Justice Allah. Before I was rapping under Supreme Justice, so a lot of people know me as Preem, and after I had changed my name from Supreme to Official, I wanted to change my rap name too. So one day I'm just in the studio, I'm just blazing. I'm in the studio one day, and then I'm like, yo, I'm gonna find a way to flip just the name Khanetiquette, and then I'm just watching Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I like
So Khan is like my favorite villain in any type of movie. Khan from Star Trek 2 is my favorite villain because he changed the course of every single movie after that. Like, because after that, first of all, Spock dies in that movie. Then Spock is reborn in the next movie. Then the next movie after that, Spock gotta regain his memory. Then after that, like, completely changed the course of events. And he went on a whole crazy mission to do so. And I took that and turned that into a rap persona, and then I mixed that with the name of Khanetiquette, so Khan, and then on top of that's Arabic for, well, not Arabic, but it's an Urdu dialect of Arabic, which means ruler, and then I break that down in an acronym, which means knowledge, he, Allah, now.
Right.
And then the etiquette is what you're doing, your behavior. So I have the behavior of a king, behavior of a ruler. I'm the king of this CT shit. You know what I mean? Not just because I am. It's like, I'm like Batman. It's an idea. It's a symbol. Not the man, but it's a symbol.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's
why I got the logo,
got the card, man.
superhero shit.
Make sure y'all check that out, man. Make sure y'all go check Khanetiquette out, man. And what can we be expecting in, like, the next couple months? What are you working on? Tell the people, like.
So I say right now you can definitely to expect to hear more records produced by me. You might not hear me on the vocals, but you'll hear a lot of records that are produced by me. I'm really getting back more into my production bag.
Okay.
And then you're also gonna see some projects this year. You're gonna see some projects from the team. You're gonna see some projects from me, definitely, and you're gonna hear me not even just you're gonna hear me making music with all different types of producers. Me and Kid Wizzle from he did Where I Are and True and Living from Under Construction, and he helped me do Crucified with A Cruz. Kid Wizzle produced
Crucified was dope. I
the
like
entire
Crucified.
8:30 project for Cruz. So me and Kid Wizzle, we're getting back in the lab, and we're about to cook something up. Me and my boy East End Zulu from Carolina, we're about to cook. Our album's almost done, and then I got the sequel to Under Construction that's gonna be coming,
Right.
and that's called Controversy. So
Can we expect a team tape anytime soon?
Yeah,
It sounds like you guys are working and stuff. Can we
yeah, the
expect a
team,
tape?
the team tape. I'm not gonna reveal the name just yet, but that is being cooked up right now. It's almost actually, we're getting we're packaging it up. I'll say that. We're packaging it
Speaking
up.
of the
like
team,
y'all
you
holding
wanna,
on a lot over there, man.
we're
Holding on
constantly
a lot of
working.
work, man.
Because
I
we
know
got,
it's gonna blow.
because we have the facility, and we appreciate having the facilities enough that we take advantage of it, and we're constantly cooking. We don't settle on just, all right, we made a song, let's put this song out. No, we got to keep on making songs, and then we got to come to a vote to see on what's going out. We operate
Right.
truly as a team, as a company.
That's
You
what's
know,
up,
we
yo.
do this as a business.
Not just putting everything out, just putting the right stuff out.
Exactly.
Nothing
And,
wrong with
that's
that.
how we did Under Construction. That's how we did Hollywood's first project, To Hollywood for Hollywood. That's how we did P Nice's project. And that, we have a formula, and we're gonna keep applying our formula and learning new ways to add on to our formula. Like I feel like you gotta have a formula as far as like how you're making things if you're an artist. The formula is gonna change, but you gotta have a formula.
Right. You gotta have a plan.
That's what's up, yo. So listen, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I'm gonna run a song real quick. This was called "Is Where I Are." I'm gonna play a little bit for you. You know what I mean? Just let the people hear you.
God is alive and he is black.
Shout out to my nigga Kid Wizzo. Oh, yeah. I'm like Jesus Most High. Step through with the grape juice. I restored the feeling cause all things I make new. Got that Son of Mary strength to break through. Wanna break loose from this matrix where some niggas wanna nickel plate you. That's that fake shit we live in. Basically, had to tone it down and spit simply. And move to the side of this Kid Whistle beat. Leave MCs in misery, never slipping. Even when them slopes get slippery, that's victory. Dame that shit, leave clown niggas jittery. Second LP, I'll give you the future. This first album is my history. I reflect back on my past, my reefer made me refer. Don't play with my words and manifest no shit that's absurd. I'll be like, ah ha 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 ha. I just laugh it off. They ask me why I'm so bizarre. I just laugh it off. We kill the beats. I step on tracks. Real casket sharp. No matter where I am, no matter where I are. Just ah ha 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 ha. You just laugh it off. They ask me why I'm so bizarre. I just laugh it off.
You just heard that one was called "Where I Are." So we're that's on all platforms. What is that? Is that a single? What is that on?
It is a single, and it's on the album. It's on Under Construction. It's out on all platforms. That's produced by Kid Wizzle, and me and Kid Wizzle, we getting locked back in. Y'all might hear.
Now, real quick, tell them how to spell your name. Spell it for them.
KHANETIQUETTE.
Yeah, if you're gonna have them spell it out a few times throughout the podcast, all right?
It's
Just make
that
sure it
dope
sticks in
push
your head,
me,
all right?
cause I'm close to the
Everything, bro. Even when I listen, everything I do is flow, bro.
So
Even when I'm just talking.
So real quick, I wanted to circle back to something because what people don't know, we have another one that we did one of these. This is actually a makeup of the first one we did because it didn't record right. But on the first one, I had asked you the same things I'm asking you now. When I first heard you and I listened to you, I knew that's about. I was like, he's got to be a 5% or he's got to be studying something in that area.
Right.
What as an artist? Or as what drew you to becoming a 5%er and incorporating it into the music? Because you bring back the '90s feelings, man. You bring back like that special language, man. That's a special language that people gotta understand. That's
Right.
why it's only a 5%er, yo. You know what I'm saying?
So I say with me, I grew up around all different types of forms of spirituality. I grew up around people that knew hoodoo. I grew up around I also grew up in church as well. My family on my father's side, they some of them are of the Hebrew faith. My uncle on my mom's side, he's a practicing Hebrew. And then I used to be in the Nation of Islam under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for quite some time. And then after that, I grew and developed my own understanding as far as what I knew, and I ended up meeting my brother, myself, Righteous Born of Law, who's my educator in the 5%ers, as far as our way of life and the culture of I God. So I it's just from the family that I grew up in, that language was always around in my family. I had brothers, like cousins and my uncles that came into contact with the teachings, and that rubbed off on me in a way. So I just grew up around Islam, and then my great grandfather, he was even in the Masonic order, and he gave me my name. My name is Justice. Like, he named me that. Like,
Respect.
That's what's up. Respect to that, yo. I just when I hear you bring back the '90s to me. You know what I mean?
I think to
Definitely-
everybody
definitely
too.
bring back the '90s, yeah.
Definitely to everybody. That soul. You know what I mean?
yeah. Cause like
Soul brother.
Soul
So
Brother
so
number
so what
one.
you so what you got all right, so we talked about your Con Etiquette project, which is out on all platforms right now. Go check it out. Once again, Con Etiquette, spell it for them.
KHANEQUETTE.
There you go. So
Con
go check it
Etiquette.
out. Under construction. Go
Right,
check that out
right.
on all platforms. So what you got coming out next? What's next for you? What's
So I got some singles that's gonna be coming out soon. I got a single called "See Through" that's gonna be coming out soon. I got another song that's coming out soon called "By My Side." Got
nice.
another one called "The Top Billin'." That's more of like I'm paying homage to that the classic record by Audio 2, Top Billin'.
Top billing, yeah. Oh yeah, classic.
Top billing.
So with that, I felt we're over 50 years in hip hop now, so I felt like with that one, it was important for me to like, all right, let's go back over a classic record from way over 30 years ago before I was even born. I'm only 24,
Right.
Right.
So, with that being said, 50 years of hip hop, you're 24. What does it mean to you?
What it means to me is it just goes and shows and proves that this way of expression, because they like to say hip hop is a culture. I disagree. I think hip hop is just a natural way of expression as far as the youth of America, or maybe just the youth in general, and it's expressed through rap, and it's expressed through dance, it's expressed through DJing and graffiti art. It's an amalgamation of all these things put together. You can package it up as a culture if you would like to, but I would say that it's more so a way of expressing. It's a way of artful expression,
So,
and it's multifaceted. And then it has its own specific sound in a sense. It
Right.
has
a showcase of artistry, pretty much.
exactly. It's a and you can take anything. You can sit there and start rapping that. Turn that into a song. That's hip hop.
Right.
I would say this. I would say once again, Massive Entertainment in the building. DJ Massive, my co-host over there, FAME. My guest today is Con Etiquette, representing Who You With. Live from 65 the podcast. That's what you're listening to right now. I would say this about when we say the culture. I would say yes. What's the definition of culture? I wouldn't know that off the top of my head or by the library.
Well, the
But
definition of culture is a true and exact way of life.
And then I think that's what I think for true hip hop people who lives and breathes this, I think that's their culture. I think they are what what I'm saying. There's historians. Hip hop have historians in it. Cats that maybe not rapped, maybe not did the beat, but was so into the music and read. What they did was they listened to the music, but they was inside looking at the folder to see who the producer was, see who the engineer was, and things like that. And that in itself is a culture in itself. I think
I can see that. Yeah.
I think people have took hip hop to a level that is far beyond of what I believe what we were seeing when you was there, when I was there. Now mind you, I'm old enough to know that I was around in the 80s when hip hop was listening. That's how long I go back
Right.
to listening to hip hop. So I remember when from the 80s, what 90s the brought, when it got super commercial in the 2000s to what it is now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I think
Is it just?
I think the culture has just evolved into what it is right now. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Yeah.
I would
yeah,
I would
no
say
doubt.
there's many different ways of explaining it. There's not like one way you go. Yeah, there's no clear cut way to put it because there's just so many ways you can do it. So many different ways have been expressed to like you said, you've been
I
there
see it
since
more
the
as
start.
Like
I've
a
been there
universal
since
language almost.
yeah, I've been there since the 90s, so I really seen many different ways that I never even thought I was gonna see. You know what I mean? And it's dope to see where it's headed. I don't know where it's going to head in the
I'm
next
excited.
50 years, but I'm excited.
It
I'm
took
excited.
me a minute. Listen, it really took me took me a minute to hop on to some of this new wave stuff that was going on. Now, the industry has made it easy enough for anybody to make a beat and put anything on social media. It got catchy. It got on this. It got that. It got some steam and kept rolling. So yes, I would say as it is for anything, movies, anything. some of this stuff that we listen to just shouldn't be on the radio. It's like, how is this on the radio? You know what I'm saying? How is this caught the vibe or caught the attraction? It's insane. Some of it is insane to me.
Well, we're in a, a generation now where it don't even got to be like a full song. It could be like a minute, something catchy. Lyrics could be all over the place, but as long as, you know, it's there, it's there. You know what I mean? And people will support you. We're in the generation where it's one time, it only takes that one time for you to really make it. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Not saying that people die out and stuff like that, but look how many one-hit wonders we've had in the span of like, the past 6 months, or look at the past 2 years or 3 years. Like people that make these hits, they're not even around anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What's your opinion, Khan, on the? Because your flow is definitely nothing that's even remotely close to what it is now.
Right.
What's out now. You definitely,
Right.
I would say, you definitely have a different type of flow than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You don't use a lot of, I would say, nowadays beats in your thought process, the way you put your words together.
right.
It's definitely not from this era. I'll just say that.
Well, I say with the way I do things creatively, I'm trying to think really like 5 to 10 years ahead. I'm really trying to think like years ahead of what is going on right now, because there's a lot of music that's being created right now, which really just more temporary stuff that's, is the vibe for right now. But who's really putting out meaningful projects that's going to stand the test of time?
I think that's
I
yeah.
want to put out meaningful projects in art that's going to stand the test of time,
Right.
Like when I'm old and I have grandkids, great grandkids, and my art will be able to speak for itself and provide something for them. And then if they want to do something, I'll encourage them to be better than me.
And that's what you always should be striving for, especially if you're teaching, you handing down the ways. Like, for instance, Massive, he's always teaching me different things, even if it's not music related. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, because I tell everybody, like me personally, I always say I'm a student of the game. I'm not a master. I don't think anybody could be a master of any of this, especially with music, because every day there's a new software. Every day there's a new producer who got a trick or something they discovered while they was doing this or doing that, and you're always learning from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like do you feel like yourself gonna always be a student of the game, or do at some point you just trying to master? Do you think you can ever master the craft as much as you want it to be, or where you want it to be, or do you think just with everything going on with social media, technology, trying to master it is always going to be hard because you always got to keep up with the times and with everything else? If I'm making any sense,
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm
no,
making
I
any
know
sense.
exactly what you're saying, and I think that a true master is one who becomes the best student. The one who is open to learning and keeping his mind open to learning all different ways of creating and emceeing, because emceeing is one of those things that you get on stage, there's not just one set way to do something. The way I'm gonna do something right now on stage or on in the booth or on the MPC or whatever I'm doing on the mixing board, it's not going to be the same thing I'm doing 10 years from now. That's where the mastery comes in, because a master knows that it takes time to get certain things done, but it doesn't mean that you're not a student. I feel like you can be both. You can be both. Like, let's look at Michael Jackson, for example, right? We hold him as the master of all of this music shit, most of us anyway, as far as like the general connotation of him,
the
right?
king of dance pop and all that.
Yeah, and then you talk about record sales and then impact and stage performance and numbers.
Right.
We can bring every type of statistic into play, and Michael Jackson has broken all of that, right? So
And
he's probably the master of it, but you ask him, I'm just a student of James Brown.
Yeah.
So you got to remain a student. That's the only way you can be a master, is if you remain a student forever.
I
Right.
think sometimes people
You got to be the best student.
I think sometimes people, producers, artists, sometimes think that they reached so far at this point, like they think they mastered it, and then I think sometimes a lot of that get in the way of a lot of people's creativity, in their progress. I feel like people should always want to
Yeah.
continue to learn. You could be
Always.
the best at a lot of things, but always keep your minds open to learn new stuff, yo.
That's
You know?
why, let's look at let's look at Nas for example, right?
Right.
He's within the last 3 years he's put out 6 albums with Hit Boy, and he's doing all the newer youthful sounds, but he's doing it in such a way where you don't even realize he's doing everything that the youth is doing, but at the same time he's showing such mastery. Like, all right, music is a discipline. It's a discipline. It's a form of disciplining yourself. That's why the craft, especially with MCing and hip hop, is so important, because a lot of people are just getting by in this with no discipline. So I look at what Nas is doing right now, and that's what I want to aspire to do, and even more, because he's 50 years old right now, and he's putting out albums that's going crazy, and the youth is feeling it.
So let me ask you a question. Just speaking of Nas, that you brought that up, because that's longevity. What Nas is doing right now shows his influence into the hip hop and his longevity in hip hop. For him to be 50 years old, still popping out here doing these shows, and people still willing to pay and still go see him and listen to him. And now the youth is picking up to what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I think what's going to end up happening, if Nas and a couple of other old school cats could come back and have the youth to still dip into that kind of hip hop, I believe that could bring itself back, and and bring back the true form of hip hop.
But it's really on the MCs, because yeah, you don't gotta change what you're rhyming about and your mission and all of that. No, but oftentimes changing your production really helps. Nas never had bad production. The reason why Nas is at where he's at now, he's always linked up with the best producers,
Yeah,
the
he's
Pete
always
Rocks,
was
the
willing to work with a lot of people. I know on his very first album, he had, I think, like 6, 7 producers. Not
Yeah,
one person.
right.
Primo,
Not
Pete
one,
Rock,
not one
Q-Tip.
person did that first album.
Right.
He was willing to work, so his versatility. And, speaking of that, once again, and I'm glad you brought up Nas, because Nas is a good subject. I think his status, his legendary status, the fact that he's versatile on very several type of beats. We seen him hop on little club joints and things like that. We know him from the real, straight from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Then we got the little radio play. Like that song "Hero" was a little radio play that he had. He had a couple of these other songs.
I've
But
even heard Nas
yeah.
underground shit on the radio too. I remember Kid
Yeah.
Fresh used to play that Good Morning shit from the mixtapes back in
Oh, yeah,
04.
Right.
yeah.
I used-
Ding, ding,
That
ding.
with
Yeah,
that
the
with
piano.
that with that
Yeah.
Isley Brothers sample, like "Good Morning,
yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
here," like that. I used to hear that back in 03, 04. I was
Right.
4 or 5
Yeah.
years old hearing that, bro, and I remember that on the radio every morning.
I
Kid
remember
Fresh used
all
to play that.
man.
Yeah. So I think Nas is a great person that you brought up. This shows. I wouldn't mind having that kind of iconic status. Being
But
able
they,
to
but
be,
they also have great
what I'm
outlets
saying,
out there
stick
to
around
make
like that
people
20
like
years,
that. You know what I mean?
still
Like,
being heard. That's what's up, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. With your style, do you take some of your not take? What's the word I'm looking for? Who's the MCs you emulate? Is the I don't know how to say it. What's the
I
word I'm
say
trying to
like
say?
the
What's your
MCs.
MCs you like and your style is from? Because you had to listen to a couple of people say,
Yeah.
I like this, I like that, and you just came into your own style, but you plucked from different, artists, right?
right.
So I say like a lot of MCs that I grew up really like listening to and studying and trying to I say at first I was emulating, and then I learned how to make my own style. A lot of Nas, a lot of Common. I say Scarface, even J. Cole, Drake, like early Drake. I'm talking early Drake.
Comment was a good one. Definitely.
Common, Kendrick, Absol, J Rock, even DMX.
All right.
So it's like G Unit. I grew up in. I'm a G Unit baby.
Okay,
So
okay,
I'm a really big G
I
Unit
was
baby.
waiting. I was waiting.
Like I'm a really big G Unit baby.
Sweating
So
bullets
it's like
over
I grew
here.
up in that era. G Unit, D Block. So it's like Styles
Okay,
P is one of
okay.
my favorite rappers. Like Styles P's catalog is one of the first catalogs I really dived into. I was like probably like 12, 13 years old,
Right.
going through all that shit.
The
Like you know,
ghost.
bro, like Gangster and the Gentleman,
Shout out to
Time
Styles
is
P,
Money,
yo. Shout out to the whole D
fucking,
Block
dude.
and all them cats.
Mario mixtapes and
Yeah.
shit, bro.
I tell you, out of all of them cats, it's Jada for me, and then you can flip flop between between Styles and
me personally,
Sheik,
I always
you know what I'm
felt
saying?
Styles was the
Jada, I
was
think
was
Jada's-
was like
Jada- I
the
think it's
illest out of
Jada,
all of them. But
and
that's
then
just my
whoever
opinion
after.
though. Like I love all
You know
of them
what I'm
equally though.
Style, like when he talking to you, like he listening to him, like he talking to you, man. Like listen, bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why I love
talking
his
to you.
music
And
so
then
much.
You feel it right here. You feel it like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
Like
definitely
Jada just got that flow that make you want to like listen to him because he just drag you in. But
Yeah.
Styles, he really be saying some shit. Like
But real
Jada be
quick, let me-
saying
let
some
me-
shit,
let me
but
do
like,
Styles be
but
on a
what I like
different
about
level.
Sheik though, Sheik like he got that bully music. Like you gotta be like I gotta be in a certain mindset to listen to Sheik because
Yeah.
I
walking
really
in like what push it.
Right.
exactly.
Right.
You know, Jada's
Right.
doing. I'm just chill in the back, but you try something, I got you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's whatever, yo. But real quick, let me get a selfish plug in. Once again, it's the DJ Massive Entertainment. You are listening to Live from 65 the podcast with my co-host Fame FAME, and today's guest is Khanetiquette in the building. Khan, spell your name again.
KHANETIQUETTE Connecticut.
And you can find him on all platforms, and that's what it is, yo.
He's
You know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
jingle
That's the name,
going
yo. So,
on. I
right?
feel
Yes,
like,
that's
ooh.
what's up, yo. So we talking about we talking about his influences. We was just talking about the locks and everything else, and about who he what's his influence into hip hop. I like the fact that you said J. Cole. I think J. Cole has been very underrated from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a
definitely.
Very,
That's probably
listen,
one
he's
of
a
the
very
best album
talented
makers
artist,
and
man.
performers, within the last 15 years.
and stayed relevant since he's been out.
Exactly.
Constant.
And he's
Now,
been
no flop.
breaking
no
records,
flop, bro.
breaking records, and he don't even gotta like now he's back killing all the features and all of
killing
that.
features,
Like
no flops, yo.
like
Not
he
one
was
flop.
like there was a period where he was only just putting out one album a year for like there was a period where he was just putting out album, all platinum, no features. He wasn't doing features with nobody,
Nope.
doing all the.
And
Then he came back killing everything.
and
Like
I think isn't he's like one of the first artists to go platinum. The first hip hop artist to go platinum with no features on.
He's-
his album
he's-
or
he's the
something.
very
Or something.
first- he's the very
something
fir-
that he did without
very
no
first-
features, yo.
yeah, the very
Something like
first
that, yeah.
MC to go platinum with no features.
No features, yeah, I believe that's what it is. So shout out to him, man. I mean, look, that's what's up, yo. Listen, you know what that says? Yo, that's what's
Him
up.
and Drake came in the
Yeah.
game together. They were in
Listen,
the
I like
same
Drake.
cell.
And somebody told me, yo, like Drake make good songs, but his records suck. His albums suck, but his songs are good. So their songs be putting out prior before the album. But
I
when
wouldn't
everybody listen to
necessarily say
I
that.
like
He
His
got really, he
catalog-
got some
I
good
like
albums. Drake got
from
some
back
good
in the
albums. I
day
say like some of
when they
these
was on
newer
that
ones.
mixtape.
It's like
catalog
for me, it's
his
give or take,
catalog
but
is fire. It does.
for the
it
most
goes
part,
back.
Drake's catalog is very solid. I say like these last couple projects is very kind of give or take for me.
He's
But
very
other than
funny,
that,
yo. He's a very like
he's got- I
Shade
think
to
he's got a
Shade,
very
you
solid
know?
catalog.
He's a very funny
Right.
dude, yo.
dope performer too.
He knows what to do.
Yo, so let me
He's
ask you a
got-
quick question. You fuck with Pusha?
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
think if that really got out of here, you think Pusha would have like smoked him?
I don't
You know,
think.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Let me
It
tell
could
you,
go
look,
It
either
really,
way.
it could, yeah. I think
Pusha
it can
is-
really go
I
either
know
way
it.
because Drake really
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Drake's
That guy
Drake is a
stopped
student of the
quick.
game. So when
That
let's talk about
stopped
Drake,
real
like
quick,
Drake's
yo.
a student, right?
Yeah.
He's a student of the game.
Yeah.
So like it
That
could go
situation
either
got
way.
put it- Stop. That shit was like, nope. Hey, time out. Nah, we ain't doing this.
But,
so
you
it was
know-
quick. If for them to stop it that quick, it says something. So either somebody was gonna
It
get
hasn't
their feelings
stopped.
hurt,
It
you
hasn't
know what
stopped.
I'm
They
saying?
still taking their little jabs
yeah,
and
little
shit,
jabs
but
and shit at each
that's
other.
all it is. It's little jabs, bro.
But shout out to Pusha making that
Nobody's really
that commercial
drama.
for who was it? Silver Johns. You ever hear that commercial he did?
Nah.
Yeah, he did a commercial. He went at McDonald's with the
Yeah, he did like
the
he wrote the
franchise
he wrote the
commercials,
McDonald's
yo.
jingle. Push T
Yeah,
wrote the McDonald's jingle.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That ba da ba
Yeah,
ba
yeah,
ba.
that's
Like
it,
Push
yo.
T wrote that.
Word. I hope he's getting residuals for
He
that
is.
shit. That's just
He's
forever.
eating
He
off of
paid
that.
for
He
forever,
wrote
yo.
the he wrote a jingle for Arby's too.
Yeah, that's what it was. He did what he did.
Then
a
one for
jingle
Arby's and
yo.
McDonald's. He's eating off of that. Trust
So that's
me.
what's up, yo. So listen, real quick.
Push don't gotta drop music ever again.
That's what's up. Once again, DJ Massive Entertainment in the building. You are listening to Live from 65, the podcast with my co-host tonight, Fame, Fame right there. My guest tonight, Khanetiquette. Spell your name one more time, Khan.
KHANETIQUETTE.
On all
All
platforms, yo. On all platforms. So we're going to run through another song. So
Ah.
this one says Supreme Favorite Song Stage Something. I don't know if this song, because I got 3 songs in
I
here.
think some of those ones that I sent you, those might be like the stage mixes from when we performed.
This one right here.
I know you sad, you never stopping me. I know you feeling mad, you never broke my team's camaraderie. Listen, we figure we better as a united front. Yeah, I've been alone, I tried it once. I've been in cold with the violent ones. Better go before them sirens come, don't you bother me. We not gon' see like it's hide and seek. No monkey do, no monkey see. I ain't got time to speak, man. I've been moving comfortably, like how you gon' humble me? You ain't got the faith of a mustard seed. I remember I was down on my back before, when the devil gave you nothing but you asked for more. I remember, man, listen, I was back in time, back in time, back in time.
Who you with? 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 Who you with?
What up, what up? What else again? DJ Massive in the building. This is live from 65, the podcast. My co-host tonight, Fame, Fame in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. My guest tonight, the very special Khanetiquette. Spell your name, Khan.
KHANETIQUETTE. Peace.
On all platforms, all right? So that's what we're doing. So we just, the last song you just listened to, that was called my favorite song right there. We got one more. It says, I think, See Through the Stage.
Yeah, that's that joint right
That
there. I
right
like
there?
that.
See
I
Through.
sent you another version of that. It's got like the because I think those are the stage mixes.
Those are just for yeah. So you be up in the camera. You gonna do right there the camera. Look at that camera and do it out real quick.
Perform that, perform that.
I
I
got you.
Sit down perform.
Nothing wrong with a live performance.
Listen, meditate, I try to promise myself to do something different. I know everybody do a podcast, but I'm gonna bring something different at the end of my podcast, yo. So you know what I mean. But this is just a little something.
Freestyle,
Shout out to
freestyle.
the homie Khanetiquette. Shout out to UNT. Shout out to that whole crew, yo. So we were just talking about prior to this inspirations. But my next question to you is this. Who would you like to do features with, say just locally? Forget the industry, say cats. Everybody's been doing the microphone things. There's some cats I'm gonna be reaching out to that did the microphone video that Wayne shout out to Wayne that he's doing. And anybody that has done it so far, has there anybody that you would say, yo, I want to reach out to them, we want to do something this, we want to do something that?
Well, I know me and Prophet Z.
Shout out to Prophet, who you with,
you
Master?
know,
Who you
Right
with?
there,
we
that's
working
what's
on
up.
some. We've been we've been talking. We trying to send each other shit.
Yeah, we got a project we're gonna be coming out later. That's for another time, but yeah.
I'm trying to get some shit done with him.
Right.
Definitely want to get some shit done with Mickey. Definitely.
Shout out to Mickey the Menace.
Right.
I like Meech. I like Meech's. I like his.
Which Meech? Meech and L?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cause yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, I like
Right,
his.
right.
I like his. I like to do
Yo,
a
listen,
record with him.
I mess with his. I mess with him, yo. I like the way. I like his delivery. All this symmetry, whatever, whatever, man. If he's dope, he's dope. That's it. It ain't nothing. That's all it is.
I think Mikey B, his shit was hard too. I like
Yo,
his too.
Mikey B, I believe under
Ace Cannon,
DL,
too. I like his,
think
too.
I think he had the best, one of the best. Once again, shout out to Ace Cannon for winning the first season. But I think come second, Mikey B was second, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, yo.
I think it's great as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Just to see all these faces that we haven't seen in years taking the step up to get to
That's
that
what's up,
mic.
yo.
You know
Listen,
what I'm
I haven't
saying?
know
Like,
that was this many people
Wa-
rhyming out here like
Wanye-
that. That's crazy. I didn't know
Wanye's
that.
able to feed his family, you know what I'm saying, comfortably. And he's feeding New London the energy that we need at the same time. So shout out to Wanye Visuals for that.
Absolutely. Big who you with for that, yo.
Who
So-
you with? Who you with?
So Khan, so
Check
like, who
episode 3
you
because
know,
I'm right there. You know what
So
I mean?
yeah, man. So we got another song we're gonna be going to real quick. This one's called "See Through the Stage," right?
Nah, it's just called See Through. That's just the
Oh,
stage
see
mix.
through. Oh, that's just the stage. My bad. See through. See through. Now,
Shoot, I
these songs that you come up with, what's your inspiration? What's your process? Is it in the moment feeling song, or is it something that you've been like, yo, I heard this beat, I'm gonna write to it?
gotta
Or,
meditate.
you know,
like,
do you got, you know what I'm saying? What's your
some
process?
tea.
Like, say for instance, for the first song we did, it was Where I Are. What was the thought process? What was the process for that song?
So with that one, so that came out of a batch of songs that was during the sessions for A Cruz's project 8:30, because we were locked into we did that all at UNC Studios. That we all did that at the studio that I work at, and Wizzle did all the beats for that, and Crucified, True and Living, and Where I Are were all produced by him. And so those batch of songs came from that. So those all were just in the moment. We were all cooking from scratch together, getting just getting all of that done. We were all just working.
Right.
So a lot of that stuff was really just in the moment inspiration, and just I was listening to a lot of different music. I was really listening to a lot of Juice Crew at the time, like Biz Markie, Kane,
What's up,
Tragedy,
yo? Listen,
Gaddafi.
that's the '80s. Listen, that's
it's
the
like a
roots
lot of
right there.
those
You
songs.
really
That's-
even
you
further
know.
than that right there, man. That's the and them cats
You
still
bringing it
relevant.
back.
You
You
know what I'm
bringing
saying?
it
Big
back.
Daddy Kane can walk through any establishment. People
You
gonna
run
know
into
who it is, yo.
you run into some youngins
R.I.P.
nowadays. They don't even know
R.I.P. Bismarck.
who they are. You know what I mean?
They doing their thing. That's what's up, yo.
So the thought process is definitely there. I appreciate that. You know
So
what I
that's
mean?
what's up, yo. Once again, DJ Massive Entertainment, Life for 65 the podcast. My co-host right here, Fame FAME. My
Yeah.
guest, Khanetiquette. Spell it one more time, Khan.
KHANETIQUETTE.
Bow.
On all platforms. Okay, on all platforms.
You
So
know?
listen, we're gonna go run through this next song. This was called See Through.
See ya, I wouldn't wanna be ya. I could never wanna be you. Everything you do is see through. See ya, I wouldn't wanna be ya. I could never wanna be you. Everything you do is see through.
Yeah, come through like fuck the town. I'm wildin' and I'm about to double down. Everybody quiet, y'all in trouble now. I've been steady rising through the underground. Y'all don't fuck with me, so I don't fuck with y'all. Just run these numbers up until my numbers call. Everybody wanna humble me as far as they concerned. They can suck on these NUTs. I got no enemies, cause y'all ain't threats to me. I'm a threat to y'all and y'all fucked up industry. So they burn me in effigy. And I'm fully prepared to pay the price. I might just have to pay with my life or your life even. So you best stop scheming. I be like, back to life, back to reality. It's best if you stop all that dreaming, really know that you ain't eating. I be like, back to life, back to reality.
All right, what up, what up? Once again, DJ Massive in the building. Live from 65 the podcast. My co-host FAME Fame right there.
We
in the
here, we
building.
here.
The homie Khanetiquette in the building.
Peace, peace, peace.
You know what I'm saying? Once again, spell it again.
KHANETIQUETTE. You see me looking flea.
You know what I'm saying? Peace.
That's what's
On all
up. So
platforms.
listen, we're gonna be closing it out. So as we close out, anything you want to say, just anything you want the people to know about you, just give us here you go. You got 2 minutes just to say what's on your mind.
So I say one thing I want them to know about me, is that when you hear my music, I'm always gonna speak from what I know and what I've really lived through, or things that I've actually seen. Nothing negative. Some things might sound intense, some things might sound absurd even, but the truth is simple but absurd. So when you hear everything I'm saying, nothing's a lie, and everything that I do is nothing but that soul. Yeah,
Ah, I like that.
Everything I do is soul.
Put that
powered,
on
you know
there,
what I
put
mean,
that
as far
on
as
there.
that music go, and I just make sure that I'm always gonna give the best quality. I'm always gonna give a fresh take and a breath of fresh air type of thing when I'm coming through and doing my thing, as far as like how I MC. So that's what I do. I can't be stopped.
That's
Right.
what I'm talking about, yo. Anything, co-host? We got anything you want to ask him?
Yeah, man.
We up out of here.
When could we expect like a little, UNT, massive like collab, man? Like,
I don't
when
listen.
can
Y'all don't want to hear me
when can
rap, yo, because I'll spit the hottest half a bar you heard ever in your life, yo, and it'd be over. Cats be like, yo, forget it, yo, it'd be done.
Y'all can't just let us do the work. We want to hear some, listen, sucker. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like, we
listen,
want to hear that.
Listen here, sucker.
Nah, but we
Listen,
appreciate
Mel kind of dangerous on that microphone. Now listen,
I
listen. I
know.
done put him in the booth a couple times.
But
listen, he a little dangerous on that microphone.
we need
big
stuff.
bro.
We need stuff like
Gotta
that.
hit
You know
big
what I'm
bro.
saying? That's
Shout
what's
out to
needed.
Shout out
You
to the
know.
whole UNT. Shout out to everybody that's
Right.
on the crew. Shout out to all that.
We
Once again,
we
Massive
need all that,
Entertainment.
bro.
Live for 65, the podcast. My co-host FAME Fame.
Yeah.
My guest tonight, the one and only Khanetiquette. Khan, one more time. Spell the name.
KHANETIQUETTE. The spelling bee. Champ,
Spelling bee.
Champ. Yo, you catch him on all platforms. Now go check out Under Construction on all platforms. Check out some of the singles. Check out all the links. Now he is on all platforms. You heard him spell like 5-6 times already. If you don't know what it is, trust me, just put in those few different letters. You're gonna get in there. Don't worry, you're gonna find them, yo.
Right.
Other than that, y'all can just call me Khan, Big Khan. You know what I mean?
Khan,
Right.
that's what's up, yo. You know what I mean? So listen,
Applying pressure, all platforms.
yeah, once again, apply my co-host tonight right here, Fave, applying pressure, also on platform, which Khanetiquette is on. The song is called Timeless. I believe it's number 10, I
Yes,
think,
sir.
on the album, something like that. So there's
It's
but
somewhere.
everybody go check it out. Somewhere on there. Go check it
Somewhere
out,
on
yo.
there.
Once again, Massive Entertainment, MASZV. Big Who You With.
Who you with?
Ladies and gentlemen, Khanetiquette.
Are we sipping on spin off ice? Shit. Take a hit of the endo. Why they wanna see me angry for? Why can't we get along and check that ego at the door? Why we all can't understand that most of us was meant for more. Before everything was peace, now I'm about to go to war. Yeah. Why they wanna see me angry for? Why can't we get along and check that ego at the door? Why we all can't understand that most of us was meant for more. Before everything was peace, now I'm about to go to war. It's the return of the Nagas, from a nigga to a niggas. It's the god that snakes that slither consider me dangerous. Milk cartons make my enemies famous. You a witness to these images so vividly painted. Yeah, favorite rapper fell victim, they brain dead. And I look my competition dead in they faces, and I give them a pound. Cause I refuse to kick them when they down. Cause I helped them when I was up, so I comfortably wear this frown. And I humbly wear this crown. Built the city back from the ashes with these fire mixing masters. I am simply a gifted bastard. The shit we was given wasn't handed down on no silver platter. Homie had the deuce to turn your face into couscous. And my niggas had screws loose, do anything to get the juice, dude. Rolling Bishop, young hopeless nigga. Napoleon syndrome, you to run in the litter, but never bitter. All we did was what we knew, but they called us sinners. Damn. Why they wanna see me angry for? Why can't we get along and check that ego at the door? Why we all can't understand that most of us was meant for more. Before everything was peace, now I'm about to go to war. Yeah. Why they wanna see me angry for? Why can't we get along and check that ego at the door? Why we all can't understand that most of us was meant for more. Before everything was peace, now I'm about to go to war. Yeah. I told Shorty, show me love, yo, it's only us. You know where we from, we stay away from the phony stuff. Frustrated, because I must make it, can't be complacent. Success is so close, I can just taste it. A poor man's wallet with champagne taste, got the rent paid. Though that shit was 10 days late, can you relate? Man, America's a big insane asylum that I'm trying to escape. They say they trust in God, but lie to my face like I ain't him, his imperial majesty. They laugh at me, I hear him giggling. Yeah, they saying Khan slowed up, like where that nigga been? I've been in the lab, busy fitting with this pen and this pad. I hear the questions they ask, and I give them answers. But guess what? They flip and give me tantrums, cause I'm just too demanding. Like Francis L. I plan to sell platinum for my rap, son. What? Why they wanna see me angry for? Why can't we get along and check that ego at the door? Why we all can't understand that most of us was meant for more. Before everything was peace, now I'm about to go to war. Yeah. Why they wanna see me angry for? Why can't we get along and check that ego at the door? Why we all can't understand that most of us was meant for more. Before everything was peace, now I'm about to go to war. It seems like everybody else, they just wanna go to war. They know what I got in store.